Now, before this video begins, I know it's going to be very mind-numbing. I talk slow, but I did this all one take, just went out there and filmed this. If you want to work with these animals or you're part of the reptile community, I think there's some things in here that you can take away. So please try to sit through it, maybe double speed, I don't know. But yeah, I filmed way too long with the snake to not use it and brought up some things that have been on my mind that I feel like some of you can take some things away. Love y'all. What is going on, everyone? I have this big, beautiful albino monocle cobra. As I handle her, I'm going to talk about a few things, kind of ramble, rant. So before I even start, remember, don't attempt anything you see. Subscribe if you're new. This video is going to be just throwing out some things and in the future, breaking it down with better videos, showing examples, stuff like that. Now, one of the things that I've been thinking about is advice to those that would love to work with these animals. And one of those, big major one, is remaining teachable. And this applies to many things in life, not just with working with these animals. And what I mean by that is when you remain teachable, you remain open to learning new things. In lots of areas of life, people get experience with things or do things for multiple years, and they get closed off to new ideas, new techniques. What that does is close you off from potentially learning something new. And in the end, that new thing could benefit you and the animal. Safe, healthy relationship, building a safer and healthier relationship, methods that possibly lead to safer handling, better care, lots of things. So when you get closed off and closed-minded, it just gets rid of that opportunity to learn new things. It's all about benefiting the animal. So when you get closed off, you start to think that your way is the only way. Then it leads to an ego, that holier-than-thou attitude. That's very negative because it leads to divisiveness, division. Now, this hobby, there's a lot of divisiveness, a lot of division, but that's just how it is with anything people are involved in. Divisiveness, hatred, negativity, it sells. So I understand it. But that's why I'm very, very outspoken about coming together and approaching things differently, especially now with our age of social media and the internet. So lots of things have become popular, like calling people out, being negatives, and that does nothing. Again, doesn't do anything for the benefit of the animal, doesn't do anything for the benefit of the hobby as a whole. And this type of stuff also impacts the public perception on this hobby. If we can't get along, it's just problematic all around. The downfall of the hobby is going to be all this negativity and hatred spewed within our hobby. So that's a big thing. So approaches that I personally take is I'll talk to people privately if something's concerning, or yeah, things like that. Privately. Publicly doesn't do anything. It's it causes more division. Again, that doesn't benefit these animals. The thing I care about is benefiting these animals. So yeah, those are two things that have kind of been on my mind. Some advice for those that would love to work with them, and just, I guess, the state of the hobby and how we treat each other. So yeah, I'm a big supporter of coming together and being mature and handling things in a beneficial way. It's very negative the way it is, and I understand it sells, but doesn't do anything. Now, some other advice I do have for those that would love to work with these animals, especially with the public, and that could be in person, like at a zoo, working with these animals and the public, or even online, posting videos, pictures. And that's to control emotions. I think that would be the right term and what I'm trying to say, because many of you probably already experience, if you love these animals, when you talk with others, what do they say? Oh, I love snakes. I just killed one the other day. Oh, that snake, chop its head off. You hear that type of stuff. But, and this is another thing that I've noticed by working with the public, it's very important your approach. When you respond negatively or out of emotion, to kind of hurt them back, because it is hurtful hearing this stuff over and over again, especially online. That's why I bring up the online thing. You hear it a lot there too. But bringing it back to benefiting these animals. When you take a step back from the initial response of anger, you're able to respond in a way that opens their mind, possibly, to change that mindset. So responding in an educational manner, kindly, calmly, and in an understanding, because that's a big thing. You got to understand the majority of what's put out there about snakes publicly is negative. The perception is that these animals are out there to hurt you, that's all their venom is for hurting people. So when you're able to actually educate with facts and knowledge, and especially showing the truth, it tends to open people's minds up to changing that mind state. And that to me is if there's anything that, the things that mean the most to me is that changing people's views on these animals. And another major one is, helping the younger generation, even those that may be adults already, pursue their passions and live out their dreams. Because this is my dream as a kid, and I'm living it. And yeah, I can't be the one to do something that will negatively impact the hobby or these animals in general. I kind of lost what I was trying to say at the end. I guess I'm just going to leave it in because it has been one take, and that's progress. But I threw out some things that, again, I would make a better video on and elaborate on at some point when I have time, because I think that there's more that I could add to this, advice-wise, approaches, like examples of how I approach talking to the public about these animals in ways that I've found that actually lead to people changing their views. An example would be when I'm showing somebody a snake. Instead of forcing them to hold it like a ball python, meeting them at their level, seeing that they're uncomfortable. So instead of, here, hold it, it's not going to do anything, you step back, respect their boundaries, and just talk with them while you're holding the snake. That many times leads to them being open to holding them or even just touching them. So, yeah, these are things that through years of experience and years of working with the public, I've noticed that, again, changes people's views, but also benefits these animals, because a lot of these people have that mind state of the only good snake's a dead snake. But when they get to see it in person and see the actual truth of these animals, they start to open their minds to respecting them. I rambled so much. So hopefully you were able to take something from this video. Again, I'm going to make more elaborating on certain points and giving examples, hopefully. But this big, beautiful albino monocle cobra, she's so good, isn't she? The male is big too. He's a little more nervous, flails around a little bit more, huffs and puffs. But she has been super sweet and laid back since day one. Awesome, right? But yeah, I truly hope that you're able to take something from this video. If you feel like you could add something to whatever I said, or if you disagree, leave it in the comments. Let's discuss in a positive, healthy way. Okay? Love you all so much. Subscribe if you're new. And big shout out to my channel members. I'll be back very soon. And if you haven't heard in a previous video, this next year I'm going to have a lot more time to film videos, to work on videos, and to hopefully travel, find some snakes in the wild, film and talk about them in the wild. So adventures. Sound good? But yeah, love you all. Truly. Take care. See you soon.